Just before all of that lost its name, my memory's gone. Standing in the darkness, where's that? If you want me to be in the bar, on the back, blue TV live. I can remember Canada, oh Canada. Don't be sketched out twice. Oh, you're like she's so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I think a piece of you, darling. Still be on my feet, I would still be on my I live in a box of days. I'm frightened by the devil, and I'm drawn to those ones that ain't afraid. I remember that time you told me, you said, nobody's touching so surely you touch mine. Are you forced out of me? So I find the time. So sweet, I think a piece of you. Still be on I'm still be on when I met a woman, she had one of the girls she liked. She had dells in your knees, and she said, don't do it, stay with him if you can, but be prepared to bleed. Oh, you are in that blood, so good. So sweet, oh, I drink a piece of you. Still, I'd be on my feet. I would still be on my All right, hold on, y'all, because I need to go to the little girl's room. So I am going to play another song here. And let me see if I can find one real quick. And then I will be right with y'all. Oh, yeah. Let's listen to this bad boy. Be right back, y'all. over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Oh, dream that you dream of, when it will do come true. Oh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be rest like lemon drops high across the chimney tops. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dream that you did. Okay, y'all, I kind of love this song. I'm gonna fade it out. Yes. All right, y'all. Let's get started. This is High Priestess Jamila. Just to let you guys know, I made my way out of poverty. I was actually supposed to be a government sacrifice, I think it was, or some kind of sacrifice for some kind of agenda, which was, also you can thank me for not putting women in a terrible, terrible position because of the world that we live in. So I am an expert on this topic. I had 3 children with non-support from the father, which he was around, but financially there was, nothing really there. And got child support here and there throughout the years, but mainly worked full-time jobs, raised my kids. I didn't have a college degree, so the jobs that I got were, they just didn't pay enough, which there are people out there with a college degree that still can't find jobs, okay? Hey, Kelly and Lotus and Lavender Flower. Hello. Y'all hit that thumbs up, please. Yes, I love both of these songs that I played, honestly, because I want to talk to y'all about something. They have made being a woman something that I guess you're supposed to be ashamed of. And so women go through struggles when it comes to the male population. And so what I want you guys to do is to immediately stop listening to the naysayers. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put that out in the open. Okay, let's say that first. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, Superman. Thank you. Oh, you got your pen and paper out? That's what's up. So when I was raising my 3 older children, I was pretty comfortable. I didn't have to pay full rent. I was lucky enough to have that. I was very lucky. And, I had pretty decent jobs that, I could pay my bills with. And I definitely had big dreams back then, but I just didn't know what it was going to end up being. Okay. I just didn't know. I knew that it had something to do with YouTube. I knew that it had something to do with social media. And so, when I first got to YouTube, I vlogged with my family and I had a lot of people that loved my videos. I was an inspiration for people. And then a lot of people slowly saw me progress into more so. I started talking about my spirituality, my spiritual beliefs, and it just kind of took off from there. And so, throughout the years, I have had people with an intent to try to make me not believe in myself. And I can tell you that I am unbreakable when it comes to my belief in myself. Okay. Because I've been taking care of me the past 40 years, and there's nothing wrong with that. Men don't have the right to disrespect you just because they're providing you support.
Men don't have the right to accuse you of using them or gold digging from them just because they do nice things for you. That's what men are supposed to do. And but this discussion is actually going to be both for men and women. Okay, because I've got men out there that enjoy my content, and they really like me as a person and they respect me as a witch. Okay. And so the number one thing is that you have to be careful. Let me tell you how I got there. First of all, I was celibate for several years. Okay. I was celibate. I wasn't trying to deal with no men because the ones that I've always had, they seem to, no matter what walk of life they were from, even the ones with corporate jobs, even the ones with good jobs, the ones with no jobs, the ones that, are like basically sleeping on their mama's couch, didn't matter. They were all just very disparaging and demeaning. And so I took a break from that actually. But I and so it's crazy the way men think that they validate you. Okay, a man, it's not, men don't have to validate women. It's actually the other way around. It is, especially when that woman didn't need you for validation. So I want to start off by saying that. How did I do that? I kept men at bay. I didn't allow them in my personal space so that they can come in and create that judgment and that stagnation that they want to create. Even some of these men, when they're having sex with you, what they want to do is their intent with their sex magic is to tear you down. Okay. So I think to get out of poverty, the first thing that you have to do is you have to recognize who the enemy is. A lot of these men and women can be your enemy. Either they want to keep you where you at, put you down. Nobody understands why they're such haters. I don't get it. I've had nothing. I mean, even before I got anywhere, they were hating on me. And when I got somewhere, they obviously were angry about it because now all of a sudden my home that I live in that I love is dusty. It's not good enough. It's dusty, right? Um, I got it on my own though, because I can't afford it on my own. I'm not codependent on anybody. So as a woman off the top, you have to feel your power as a woman. If you're a man, you have to feel your power as a man, but it's quite different. Men cannot claim that women are trying to hold them back. That's not the way that it's ever been. There's no women that would ever be dumb enough to try to mess up their man's income. Who does that? And I've consistently had men in my life. They would stalk me at work. In fact, I know for a fact that I was being stalked, still being stalked by these people, and it's all for naught because it's not their call. Okay, is what I can tell you. So what they'll try to do is they'll be very intimidating to you. How I had to do it was through magic. I had to use witchcraft because what they are doing to you is witchcraft. So they want to keep you in a certain place so that you can be dependent on them. It makes them feel good. And a lot of these men are so sick that they want to see you homeless, which will never happen to me. I've noticed that, I saw it because I can see their rituals, them, trying to, write curses that I'm going to be homeless. And, in 2019, a man that I trusted actually, when I was living in a hotel with my family, with my children already going through enough, he would go live and say, she's homeless. She's homeless. So this is the kind of stupidity that women are dealing with. Would I have ever done that to him? Not in a million years. Not in a million years. I wouldn't even play like that because I've been homeless before. I've been thrown out. Okay. My mother actually threw me out once with 3 kids because she was in a drunk psychosis. It led me to a man's house where I was forced to have sex with him just so that I could have a roof over my head. Yeah, women go through a lot sometimes, especially when your family ain't about nothing. Okay, so I've been through just about it all. The first thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to not destroy the man, but destroy the demons that these men can bring into our lives. Because for some reason, they're functioning as agents, is what they're doing. So for years, what I did, because I'm a strong and powerful woman, is I fought off that it was a group of men. Okay. And they still up to it. And for some reason, they seem to think that, they're powerful, but you're not. You only have the power that we give to you. Okay. And as a witch, I'm willing to take risks, but not that many risks. Okay. So you try to take something from me, I'm going to take it back from you. So first of all, I think that witchcraft is absolutely your biggest advocate. If it were not for witchcraft and me removing a lot of the bindings and the blockings, especially when it comes to black men feel more comfortable if they're getting free rent and free food. They don't know how to think outside of the box. They don't. A lot of our black men, and it's disproportionate to white men. This is why a lot of black women are leaving black men and they're dating white men. I swear to God, because black men, all they know is free, what they can get over. So that energy has to be completely cut out of your life in order for you to get out of poverty. Okay. And when they see you doing something, they'll go live and go, oh, she broke, she broke, she broke, she broke. And then even the man that you could be sleeping with, who's your enemy, obviously will be saying the same thing, thinking the same thing. And then they wonder why they end up with that negative karma. So that's the first thing that you're going to have to do. You cannot have those types of non-progressive people in your life. You can't, because energetically they're going to try to make sure that you don't get anywhere. Now, a lot of these black men, they're just looking for the cheapest date possible. Okay, because they're cheap and broke, because they're broke. They want you to be broke probably because they're broke in reality. Okay, if you are a woman that all you expect is for a man to take you down to fill out your food stamp application card, that's sad because you ran into the wrong man. A real man is supposed to take you to new heights, not down to the welfare office, sis. Okay. They promote the agenda exactly. And when they see a woman that's going towards, because I've shown proof, I've shown receipts that I buy my food with my own hard-earned money. Okay. And I am humble while I do it, but at the end of the day, us women have to speak up. Period. We cannot allow men to ruin our progression ever. And that's what they want to do. It's sad. It's like, damn, you still on that? Wow, you're still on that. And see, here's the thing. I talk to women every single day that are going through it with these men. They are going through it. Okay. And they will purposely try to pump their bad, venomous energy into you. And when they think they have you down, that's when they get to acting funny and start treating you like, oh, you. And it's like, well, honey, everything that I want is right around the corner. So this is when, men that are damaged, because men need women and women need men at the end of the day. So those types of people, they don't contribute to the balance at all. In fact, those kind of people, you have to bind them. You have to reverse anything that they've done, because men, what they will do is if they can't provide it for you, they don't want you to have it. They don't. They don't want you to have it. They want you to be codependent on the system. And then this is the reason why they connect to racist white men as well, because they look at white men as the people that did it. In reality, the reason why Black women and men are at a standstill is because of each other. Okay, all of us have the power to change our lives, but many people will not do it. And when they see you getting ahead by yourself, they seem to have a problem with it. And it's like, well, of course, I mean, first of all, the divine male energy in my family, I have a grandfather, his name is Nathaniel Boston. I have another grandfather, his name is Adolph Briscoe. Okay. We have our ancestors. So what women have simply said to men is, let's cut out all of the crap and just try to get along with each other and just try to live in paradise. No, they're still on that dumb patriarchal thing, and it's so ridiculous. And year after year, since 2015, this is what they've been up to, partially because they're incapable of doing anything else. Okay, partially it's because of that. But, the whole ideal of keeping you in poverty as a woman is so that you'll be vulnerable. Now, I do have a theory that a lot of men that are like this are obviously, some of them must be pedophiles or agents for pedophiles. Because when the woman is not stable, her children are vulnerable. And so this is the reason why they targeted single mothers. Trust me, I've been through just about all of their narcissistic gang stalking tactics, the things that they do, the threats, all that crap. I don't let it mess me up vibrationally at all. Okay. And I'm encouraging all of you women, stop watching men like that. Stop thinking that you're special to them. If they hate one woman, they hate you all. And they not your friend. They use women against each other, which is so stupid. That's so weak. They're not any kind of pillar of the community. They start crap. They've torn down their own communities. When they start doing work, all of a sudden, things just start falling apart. And you have to fix it. You have to repair it. And you can't. Okay, some of y'all women have been, let down of mass proportion by these men, to the point where you probably about to get evicted. Because why didn't they have enough power within themselves to be supportive and not tear women down? So that's the first thing you got to do. All of your friends that are stuck on that path of codependency, you have to get away from them. Those, even some of your female friends, some of them, they become blockages, they become obstacles, they start working against you purposely. They do. Okay, so it's a frequency. Okay, this is the reason why I'm about to go into hermit mode. I don't want to talk to nobody but clients, and I should have went into full hermit mode, but of course women always trust people that they shouldn't. It's sad, and I guess we're supposed to be judged because we have higher expectations of you. That's interesting. So some of them, they just don't have much sense, and there's when it comes to money manifestation, it is an energy. It is a certain frequency that you have to be on. I was able to pull this off even with about 50 to 100 people throwing black magic at me, including but not limited to death magic. So if I can do it by myself because I'm a solitary witch, nobody works on my clients but me. Okay. I was doing some things where, because I was doing some side businesses, but I'm going to dead that and focus just on my business myself. Okay. Because obviously it wasn't meant for me to expand in that way. But other than that, I'm always going to expand. Okay. This is not Pokemon cards that we're playing with over here. These are real spirits and energies, and they have been waiting for the opportunity to stop this mess that has been going on, these games, this back and forth. Yeah, from these men. And the only reason why I call you men is because I'm trying to be respectful, because technically I could call you something much worse, but I'm going to keep it professional so that people are able to hear me. Okay. They were just recently, I mean, they were pulling out all the stops. My goodness, my spirits was just looking at them like, wow, wow. Nothing that they can do about it. When you're dealing with magic, it's nothing that they can do about it. They can go on their channels and they can say fake witch. They can say whatever they want. If you notice, they all been attacking me at the same time. It's pathetic. Okay, it's just the same story, different day. Blocking them completely out, especially cutting the cord from your exes that are bad energy, because they're bad energy. Going ahead and cutting the cord from them is extremely useful, especially if you have certain financial goals. I personally wouldn't want any of these men anywhere near me unless I had about 10 to 20 grand in the bank. Then I'd know I'd have my security. Then you can pretty much do what you want. If you want to go and date a bum and send him home, then you can go right ahead and do that. Okay. But other than that, if they come into your life or if they are a constant force in your life, the way that they feel about women, and it's very, very dangerous because I've seen children murdered. I've seen children put out there. I've seen men, these disgusting type of low level, low life, demonic men kicking these women down, taking their spirit from them, taking their children, putting their children out there. There's a certain pathology that's out there about these types of men. And see, we have to be very careful, especially the ones that mention things about pimping and hoeing and trafficking. They're speaking a specific language of broke. They're broke. Any man that has to put a woman out on the track is he's less than zero. He's less than zero. Okay, so this is the bottom of the barrel trash that y'all need to get out of y'all life. Same thing goes for drug dealers. I'm sorry, if you're a drug dealer, you are poisoning people, you are a part of a system that has been used to destroy people's minds. And I don't care how much money you're making at selling that dope, you're going to eventually have to answer for that, for the lives that you destroyed. Okay. So, it is what it is. Um, and their frequency is so low to the point that it will drag you down there, but your spirits are always ready to lift you up. My spirits have already lifted me up every single time. These men, they plotting behind your back, they doing all kind of stuff. They can't win. It just, and see, they think of it as a competition. No, this is called justice. It has nothing to do with a competition. This is called what is fair and just. I am going to always hold down my divine feminines from men like that. Do you understand me? Because I went through that struggle. I sure did, of them purposely. I mean, I don't know if you guys caught the live that I did about when I got my real estate license. This was over a decade ago. And my baby, my 5-year-old child, ended up hit by a car 2 days later. So you know they serious about what they doing. And I began to practice witchcraft back then, right after that. And it's very real. Okay. If it were not real, they would be able to calm down. See, what they don't realize is that now you're going to have to go to somebody that knows what they're doing. Obviously, you're not being protected if you're still talking about me and my spirits are still doing things to you. Now, I haven't said anything to anybody, but you got all these men out in social media, and can I tell y'all something? They think that they are the feminines that they're dealing with are not actually divine feminines, because if you're a woman and you are helping a man try to harm another woman, you lost right out the bat. You're the weakest link. Goodbye. That's called treason against your sisters. We don't do that over here. Okay. And see, here's the whole thing. I don't have anything against men. I have clients who are married. I do work on their marriages for them, and very, very good work. So I'm not even saying that women don't need men, but when you have certain goals, they act like you got to have somebody right now, right now, right now. No, I'm good. I'm good on you, because I can see obviously what you're up to, and it's very petty. First of all, how are they going to argue with you about what your biological and spiritual birthright is? Stop it. They're like all of them that are walking around here doing that. They think that they have the power to deny you your birthright. It ain't going to happen. You have every right. This is the reason why women, instead of working these jobs that don't pay enough, now let me tell you something. In order for you to get off of Section 8 and food stamps, you're going to have to start your own business, and you cannot be scared. When I walked away from a Section 8 house, I was not scared at all, never would be, and have no reason to be now. I mean, they've been closing in, trying to close in on me as if, and my spirits just kind of really just laugh at them, because at this point, it's gotten to be a joke, the funny mirrors and stuff. And unfortunately, a lot of these men, they do know what they're doing partially, but on the flip side of them, they know better than to be doing things like that. Okay, at some point deep down inside of them, they do have a consciousness about that. And so, first of all, you may not be able to earn what you need to earn working that job. You're going to do a lot better by starting your own company. Okay. And more people are doing that. And so a lot of people don't understand that jobs are like a revolving door. They are. Okay. There's no such thing as job security these days. Not really. Unless you work in the medical industry, which the last time I checked, you could literally be victim of death doing that. Y'all know how many doctors and nurses have been dying left and right? So it's really still no security on that job anyway. Your biggest security is going to be your talent and what you can do to earn your paper. There's some people on here, they just vlog, they do all sorts of videos with hair and makeup, and their audience donates to them, or they make a pretty good penny, on YouTube. Okay. But then again, there's also other businesses that you can start. Social media is everything. Okay. And see, here's the thing. We already know that as a Black woman, they're going to come straight to social media and they're going to start trying to ruin your social media image. Okay. I don't have to do anything. Literally, they can come and say whatever they want to say. I can stay my butt off of here. don't have to come and explain a damn thing to nobody and literally do spiritual work and don't have to say nothing. Okay. In fact, the only reason why I even come and talk is to inspire people. But then again, also to let them know, brother, I saw what you were going to do before you even did it. And why did you do it again? Again? Like, what was the purpose? What was the intent behind all of this? So when it comes to their smear campaigns, when it comes to their racism, sexism, classism, black men are so desperate that they will even hide up underneath white people, which is really sick. That you in violation. You gonna get a visit from probably Shango or somebody. You gonna get a visit from some people that you don't like. Sorry. And I think it's better for you to stop sticking with that agenda. Okay, seriously, that's just it. But um, you have to do the work, especially a lot of you guys that are now under attack. You have your channels. These people are jealous of your channels. There was a person that he had a wrench in my chat for 3 years, and he literally would block everybody out of my chat. And that's what happened to my live viewers. My channel has been flagged. This same person has falsely flagged my channel quite a few times. He's almost like the mother in what's the name of that movie? Flowers in the Attic, sprinkling the poison on top of the baby's cookies. He's almost that character when you think about it. And I just think that all in all, I think that what they are going to experience is guilt and heart pain. They don't necessarily have to die. I'm not afraid like that. Like, I do think that when people try to take you back to a place of poverty, I think that your spirits will threaten to kill them, because poverty is death. Most people that are impoverished, you are marked. You are a marked one. You have got to get that mark off of you. Listening to other people that are still impoverished and was never able to manifest anything is not going to do you any good, because those people are going to be playing victim. They're always bullshitting around. They don't take things seriously, and they sit around every single day actively focusing on somebody else and not themselves. They're going to look up in a few years when they finally wake up, and they're going to go, what in the hell did I do? Because they're going to be missing all of those years. And you can't blame it on High Priestess Jamila. You're not going to blame it on me. Okay. If anything, I enriched your life. Okay. I don't come in and bring fog with me. No, I bring daisies and sunflowers. Okay. So I don't have that kind of energy. I don't ever wake up in the morning feeling the need to come and rage against somebody in social media that I don't know. This was the whole point of them trying to get into your home, into your house, to get to know you so they could turn you into that type of person that does not manifest anything. If anything, you have to beg, borrow, and steal. They have to. Okay. When you are vibrating on a high frequency and you are handling your business, the money just comes to you. It's not that difficult at all. When you have a difficult person like that in your life, constantly trying to drop down your frequencies, it's going to create struggle. So this is the reason why people will often, especially when it comes to codependent family members, they will often separate themselves from those family members if you want to get anywhere. Otherwise, you're going to continue to go around in a circle. Now, as far as with women, again, as a woman, I realize that I do much better without these snot-nosed knucklehead men in my life. I do. When they're around, They create the struggle so that they can go, hey, I helped you with that. Really? Hey, Sybiria. You don't want a man like that around. In fact, I've already said that the man that I marry, he's gonna be just like me, only a male. He's not gonna ever have any reason to put anybody down because he's gonna be up. People that are living that lifestyle to where they're constantly doing negative things, saying negative things, those people are going nowhere in life at all. And I told y'all that just because your friends walk off a bridge, are you going to do the same thing? No, you're not. You have to recognize that. Okay. And as far as looking at yourself, you have to go, you know what? Let's plan ahead. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make sure of that. Okay. Now, just to let y'all know, money is only a big deal to men. Money is like this huge heart sore for men. I don't know why they're so sore and sour about money. I don't get that. I really honestly don't. I've wondered it myself why they're so sour and sore about money. That's why they have obstacles with getting it. That's why they have to degrade you and your whole family just to be heard. It's sad. Um, Thank you, Patsy. You don't have to do low-lifed stuff to earn money, but a lot of people don't think enough of themselves to do any better. And so this is the reason why you got to cut people out of your life that are bringing that kind of energy to you. It's very sad the way that I feel like this. I feel like it would be worth it for you to make your plans and then have your goals set. Okay, I'm going to be here at the end of 3 years. Did that. I'm going to be here at the end of 5 years. You have to plan ahead. It may not take half of you as long as it took me, but that is because I had the whole establishment working against me because they wanted to keep the sacrifices where they were at. See, these types of people, they need somebody to look down upon because they're so low. So they want to make sure that you're underneath them, which makes no sense. Where does that even come from? It's ridiculous. So I know that they've been watching and literally they had, like, I could see everything that they were doing. It was so funny. um I've actually came on here and shown receipts. I order my groceries to be delivered and I use my debit card. What's the big deal? Money manifestation is not that difficult. It's not that difficult to to manifest money for your business. It's not. But if you've got somebody, if your divine masculine is working against you, so this is the reason why women, and I'm telling y'all because I got a date with Clonic tonight. Okay. Clonic is my money demon. And he's amazing. He's a male. Okay. You have got to understand what spirit can do for you. These men are not doing anything. A lot of them, they don't want to see you make it. They don't want to see you prosper, you know? And some of them can become demonically possessed, but I think that if they do it over and over and over and over again, I think that that's pretty much what their intent is. Also, another thing, for some reason, they think that they just done shut you down. I've had men come on here and roast me and say, "You're done." Uh, I don't know, buddy. I'm pretty sure that the world is still spinning. I don't know. So they're funny when they do that, and some of them, you just want to give them a piece of what being a man is like. So you call them Big Daddy or Daddy, like, "Hi, Daddy, I need you," and then They take it as, oh, I got her down. Well, no, I'm just, I'm trying to make you feel like a man right now. I'm trying to, and so and it's really bizarre. So they still don't quite know their place. In fact, if they do give you a little bit of money, they take that as some sort of free reign to go online and call you broke and say you ain't about nothing. You're sitting there literally with the entire underworld in your hands and they're telling you you ain't shit. Why can't you stop me? That's the main thing why can't you stop me from running my mouth? Why can't you stop me from saying this? I'm going to stop you from exposing your own ignorance. Why would I do that? You look very ignorant. Nobody that has any good sense would listen to men like that. Not ever. Nobody has done that. Not to date. Not to date. Yeah. And you know what, Patsy? That's another thing. Okay. See, I'm well known for that. You need a generational hex remover. And see, I just had my Gen Hex contract breakers. I just had them on sale. Sadly, you have to pay for your family's bad energy, whether or not it's your mother, your father, your brother, your grandmother, your grandfather. You're going to have to pay the debt because you've been under that umbrella with those people for so long, and they're definitely stuck at a certain place or want you stuck at a certain place. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like at any moment, I see the contracts being created. Every night I go down there and I remove all contracts on me. They'll try to fake a contract. They'll try to forge your signature on a contract. So why is it so easy for them to do it, society? See, what I do over here is very secret. The things that we talk about in the readings, like I got everybody's secrets. And I would never tell them because I wouldn't even bring it up. Like I have clients from all walks of life. They have been through some things that you would not believe with their mama, with their father, and they come to me and they actually do see the light finally. And then it starts coming into their lives. You start manifesting, especially when you take the left hand path. Okay. And you know what? I hate to be this way, but when you care about somebody, you got to sometimes you got to slap them slightly with your left hand. There are so many people out here that y'all know that struggle every single day and they don't have to. And when they see that it's not a struggle for you, they want to put that struggle into your life. But that struggle is only meant to affect them. That's their demons, especially if you have already. I know that in 2018, after being in business for 3 years, my spirits, they led me. Hecate created the generational hex removal ritual, and I did it, and my income quadrupled. You can absolutely get off of that because let's face it, even if you qualify for food stamps, you're struggling. You're struggling immensely, even if you qualify for them. So the way that you don't qualify for them is being able to buy your own food. Your ancestors have already given you all of that. So you don't necessarily need to have, you know what I'm saying, that benefit. That's a lie. That is a total farcity. And it is the dark side of the moon flipped upside down that really ain't reality. Because we all know that in 2 days we get ready to go towards that new moon. And if you think I'm going to be playing with a new moon in March on the 11th, child, please. So I handle business at the end of the day and I know how to multitask. A lot of people, you're dealing with their fears as an their inner child fears. You're dealing with that as well. You know what I'm saying? Now for me, um Growing up, my grandmother had money. Okay, my grandmother had 7 kids. I don't know why this lady was so loaded. My grandmother raised 7 children by herself without a lick of food benefits from the state. So, that right there wouldn't even be a generational hex for me because my grandmother had a successful business. In fact, my great grandmother, her name is Vivian, that is another spiritual ancestor of mine in which she governs over my business that I have. That my great grandmother was a witch. And so for whatever reason, and actually, you know what they were saying during the Crusades? You know what a lot of witches say about the Crusades, about them hanging witches, that most of them that they hung wasn't even witches. Witches, we're still here. We've never left. It's generations and generations of us. There's absolutely nothing. And why would they want to? Witches are only of a benefit. Okay, when you start opening yourself up to what spirit is saying, then you understand things. You're not frustrated, especially when you open up your money portals. Now, that's what we're doing when we do the generational hex remover, because they have blocked you. They've been limiting you your whole life. The people that wanted control over you, they only wanted you to go so far for whatever reason. Maybe it was their own limitations that they set on yourself. And then this is sometimes can be your parents. So what I actually do in with that ritual is very sacred, and they absolutely hate it, but that's too bad. They done opened up the gates, and the gates is flooding open. Pandora's box is totally open. And see, right now what we're dealing with is we're dealing with dark goddesses. Okay, I had a sister come in here earlier and was like, what messages does Kali Ma have for me? That's very interesting. See, Kali Ma is so important for women. So is Lilith. Okay, when you're dealing with the curse of patriarchy, it's not her fault. These men are acting through negative spirits and ignorance. Okay. So when you start to call to these deities, they gonna make it happen. You see what I'm saying? And so they are afraid of powerful women. And the reason why they're afraid of powerful women is because it's a cognitive dissonance is what it is. Your success makes them not feel well inside. It does. Oh yeah, she will come to you. And I've noticed I've noticed a few people that I know, they've been putting up videos with like pictures with their tongue stuck out. I'm like, Kalima. And she actually destroyed the demon of poverty. Kalima destroyed that male demon. That's why they always show her depicted with her standing on a man's chest and he's laying there in ecstasy. He doesn't even experience any pain because that is the divine feminine power. Okay. And keep in mind that these men, for some reason, and I'm telling you, don't mess with nothing. Do not mess with something that bleeds every month. Okay. When you think about women, women have a period every month and they give birth. Why they decided to mess with that and mess with nature, I have no idea. But for those of us that have preserved that nature, Goddess is really going to protect us. Oh, it's on and popping. She ain't playing that. If you are a man that is respectful and you're not underhandedly doing things and you own some good stuff, then you good with us. Otherwise, when you start to become an obstacle to a woman, this is when Goddess is going to set in. But if you are a woman and you are still talking about Jesus, there's a problem. You're going to have to connect with the divine feminine. Okay. And it doesn't mean you necessarily have to be a lesbian. But, women are beautiful creatures. We are, and we should be respected. There should never be a moment where a man is trying to kick us down. Not ever. That is a reality that none of us should have to deal with, but that all of us are seeing. We are seeing that reality, but that's not even a reality. That's like a paradox of what actually is. As a woman, you know your divine feminine power. And see, I'm a Cancer, but I have a Leo rising. My moon is in Virgo, so that means that I am very ambitious. My Venus is in Taurus, so that means that I am a pistol. Okay, so, and wherever your chart is at, I think that that is one of the main elements of why I am who I am and why I'm able to manifest. I always tell people, well, I do better on my own. As far as when it comes to manifestation, I do better on my own. So, going through all of this back and forth and up and down, when it comes to that, spirit is paying attention to these people. And what is happening universally is that there is an energy shift that is happening. If you are somebody that is trying to interfere with God's plan in any way, you're going to have a problem. To be honest with you, a lot of times, from what I can see, meditation, I think that calling to your dark goddesses is important. In fact, I think it's time to put up some dark goddess readings. I think those are the next TikTok readings that I'll do. And I'll upload them onto YouTube because I actually like my TikTok audience. Okay. So make sure that y'all join me on TikTok as well because I love doing the 60-second readings. You'd be surprised at how powerful a message can be in a minute or under. Okay, because technically the way that I explain what's happening spiritually and your spiritual nature, it's supposed to just get your wheels turning. It's not, I'm not, I can't even tell you everything. Those are things that are going to come to you. Now, let me say this personally to anybody, this black people or white people, constantly playing victim, constantly being a victim of racism. And when I say you're a victim of racism, meaning that if a person says something to you that is disparaging to your race, you're instantly reacting. Why do you think they're doing that? They're doing that to distract you from what's to come. They want to throw you off. Okay. Yes. Happy Women's Day. Exactly. Okay. So, and this is for the divine masculines too. You can't allow that energetically to mess with you because you're going to find yourself digressing a whole lot in life when you become a victim to that, to where a person, to where a white person can call you, the N word. I'm not going to say the word, but where they can call you the N word and you fall to pieces and you feel like a knife has been stuck through your chest. Let's keep it real. You're going to run into racist people. You can't let that throw you off. You can't use that as an excuse and say, well, I'm sorry, honey, I can't feed you tonight. I can't feed my family tonight because a racist white person called me the N word. You can't do that. You have to be stronger than that. You have to have that shield up. Yeah. Yeah, it would be. I like the diversity. I think that for me, I prefer to have people that are like minded around me. Okay. People that are always pointing out other people's downfalls, they are in their lower self. That is not what you need energetically around you to get somewhere. Okay. If anything, people like that are blocking out their blessings to begin with. So that's why they want to pull you in there too. It's like, wait a minute, honey, I know my potential. I know what I got. So I don't have to be a part of that. I don't have to degrade or down anybody to get anywhere. So people like that that are in that frequency, they are not in a money making frequency. They're not. They're going to always either need to draw food stamps or either buy them from somebody else. If you truly want to get off of food stamps, know your worth. Know what you're worth. It doesn't matter what somebody else says to you. I don't care if your mama told you was worthless. You have to know your individual worth. Also, another thing that you have to learn is that um, I can't get into that. That's like something in secret. I'm not going to go there because that's something that we discuss in the readings and stuff. What I tell y'all about the secret when it comes to um, money and people trying to keep themselves selves within those income guidelines. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Now, lavender flower, I'm glad that you brought that up. You said people who nitpick drains my energy. That's why I created the invincibility. You do have to protect your energy. If your energy is worth thousands of dollars and you got somebody that has cord attached to you, okay, and they get $100. So what they'll do is what they'll try to do, what they'll try to make it look like, which is not what's actually happening. You're actually just being blocked from your own energy. Okay. When they do that, which is done a lot on YouTube, we see that being done a lot on YouTube. Somebody will say, oh, that person ain't worth nothing. They're worthless. Yeah. How do I know? Because I know. And, they'll make $100 and, they're thinking, yeah, I screwed her. And it's like, well, if you allow those people to do that to you, then that is what's going to happen. Now, I've been meaning to come on here and show you guys an effective cord cutting petition. You have to cord cut. I don't care if you got a cord cut to that man on a Friday and then be back to making love to him Monday. Keep the seriously, because a lot of men have it in them. They want to make it seem like they are the breadwinners, and the reason why they do that, and they are a part of a huge conspiracy against women and children. The reason why they do that is because they'll say, oh, well, the unmarried ones, they're not worth anything because they never got married. And so those will be the sacrifices, them and their children. And so they didn't realize that Kali Ma, the angels, Saint Michael, Metatron, Lilith, Mayat, Oya, they were all listening. They all got the memo too. And they immediately began working against you. Because number one, when you think about going back to Egyptian times, you know what I'm saying? When you think about a lot of you women, y'all have had a foundation in your history to where you had money. That's how you're able to manifest it. That's how you're able to connect to it. Otherwise, you would just go by what you were taught, which is to be raised in poverty, which is to, we can't eat until we get these food stamps. And that's sad if you're living like that. I'm not trying to down nobody. But the reason why you are in that frame of mind is because you have been affected by the spirit of poverty. And it is a spirit. And just like I was telling you guys earlier today, it is important to banish that spirit out of your house. In fact, banish it to hell. This is what our group is for. Okay, this is what the rituals are for. So a lot of you guys, you'll get into the spiritual business and you'll make 25 to 30,000 per year, which is great. That's where I started. But you got to understand that sometimes in order for you to increase, you're going to have to remove that generational hex contract because a witch can create anything. Okay, it was created by witches. Christianity, they're all witches. The witches have been running the church, and we all know this, right? Like this is all pretty much out in the open. It's not like that's a big secret. Okay, so everybody that is dealing with those religions are dealing with witchcraft. And so what they wanted was they wanted sacrifices, they wanted energy, they wanted to feed this demon. Who did they use? None other than you. And for some reason they went by this classism, which if they were smart at all, you would know that government marriages or even Christian marriages, they don't even last. In fact, they cause bad luck. Having a marital contract can cause bad luck in your life. Why? I don't understand why people get married like that. And I have been ordained to marry people. Okay. In fact, I would like to do some Hindu weddings. Okay. These institutions of marriage, it's especially in America and in some other countries. I'm not just saying America, but America has adapted to these very, very deep yet weak patriarchal values. So this is why, as a woman, you're going to constantly be questioned, judged, and really, these men that have this demon of poverty on them, they've got to put it somewhere. They don't have enough sense to listen to witches that know what we're talking about. Oh, you're talking about the demon of poverty. If they mention it to me, when they say you broke, oh, you talking about the demon of poverty? I already beat that demon, though. I already beat that demon. She doesn't. She doesn't. And, yeah. So I think that women have to look at the language that is being spoken. First of all, these men are deadheads. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're deadheads. Okay. The life has been sucked out of them. So that's why you feel that they're pulling on your energy. So you have to create even more energy to deal with them. But in reality, what they're doing is they're mimicking. They're almost trying to get you to mimic them and their problems and issues and how they feel about self. Okay. But throughout the years, this is what I have consistently did for myself and other women. And if you're a woman that's on food stamps and you've got kids, you don't have any reason to be ashamed. But 9 times out of 10, you want more and you can have more. Don't ever limit yourself. And please don't ever believe. I'm going to tell you something. Kali Ma, I won't even say Jamila, but Kali Ma has all of these men by the balls. That they don't have no power. They don't. Okay. In fact, they can't even create channels or get views without talking about a woman. Hello. So you know that if you a man, okay, and you're on YouTube and you're talking crazy about me or other women, you couldn't even build a channel without gossiping and slandering a woman. So a woman still gave you what you got. Is that not correct? If that woman didn't exist, well, then I guess what are you trying to say? You'd have nothing? Is her existence somehow taking away from you? No, it's not. You got your break by using the woman. Okay. But it was a very weak break because you tried to use I wouldn't even consider it to be a weakness as a woman. But where I'm at, I wouldn't go back to that. Okay. So if you guys are wanting to get there, because I'm telling you, these men followed me around, I still have the voicemails. This man, oh, they did all kind of stuff. They falsified my credit. So they basically stole my identity to try to mess up my credit. Still got my house. What does that tell you? Okay. They have no power. They ain't gonna never get me put out. They ain't gonna never, it's just never, none of it is ever gonna happen. Okay. And here's the thing, faith and trust. Like I always trust my spirits. I don't trust another you remember when we were talking about trust? Okay, money manifestation has a very specific energy. It's not sitting online yelling and screaming and trying to begrudge somebody. That's not gonna make you no money. It's not no real money. Okay, you may make enough to continue to live with other people, but if you want your own place and if you want to, stop living that struggle, okay, then you're gonna have to make some serious changes to the people that you hang around with. These people are absolutely creating the instability in your life. You cannot sit there and listen to a person all day long calling people broke. That person is broke themselves. The energy and the frequencies that you're getting from that person is nothing, it's less than zero. And you can't listen to it just because it has a penis. You can't. You can't listen to that demon just because it's inside of somebody with a penis. And trust me, spirit will break you all the way down. And men don't understand that. They get very confused when they've stabbed you in the back and have done treacherous things to you on purpose. You have to remind them, oh, you didn't realize, so you can't be weak when it comes to men either. Not and you can't just go, oh, I'm going to agree with you. And no, you ain't never getting nowhere with that. Those men will never take you anywhere, ever. Okay. In fact, if they threw their own kids under the bus, sis, what do you think they're going to do to you? They didn't even care about their own children. Okay. If a man doesn't care about, if your children is not enough to inspire you, then I just, wow, like I'm a little confused about that. Your children should be the ultimate inspiration behind everything that they do, but they don't. In fact, they come to social media and they express their hatred towards children, their own and everybody else's, because somehow the children ruined their life. This is a very childish, irresponsible person that doesn't know how to take responsibility. Hey, Donna Marie. And what they don't realize is that as soon as they come out of that, as soon as they start raising up their frequencies, all of a sudden their businesses become successful. All of a sudden they start thinking of new ideas so that they don't have to harass you. No, that's not what they do, because it's meant for those people to go down whatever road that they're meant to go down. Okay. And I can tell you when my tower moment was, I can honestly tell you when I was moving out of that house that was on housing assistance, that landlord tried to stop me. And this is a man that I barely even know. He's not family. He doesn't have anything to do with me. He tried to stop me from getting a house. So you know that if a man that doesn't even know, like for some reason they're being afflicted, and who they need to be questioning is each other. That's something that they rarely do. And it's an extreme amount of pressure for them to, I guess, not simp. I don't know what that word is. All I know is right from wrong. Okay. And men need to start. That's just like they expect women to check each other when we're doing things that are wrong. Men need to be able to check each other and be a real man about the situation, but instead they sit back because those men are competing with you. What do we think of men that are competing with us? We think they're pretty weak, and we don't think much of men that are competing with women. I can tell you that, especially when you've set such high expectations, especially when you're used to that, when you're used to seeing it in your family, when you're used to the men in your family having their own accomplishments. My father is an accomplished man that makes a lot of money. My dad earned six figures, so it would make sense for his daughter to follow in his footsteps, correct? Hmm. Whether or not you had a patriot, let's face it, usually your extra narcissistic patriarchal father, he had financial struggles. My father is not struggling financially. He has a very good job and a career. He's actually a singer. See what I'm saying? So, and he set very high expectations for the men that he wanted in my life, but I keep trying to tell him, hey, sometimes even if you get a little old piece of man, sometimes you can work with them. But evidently, that's that, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I can tell you that a man that's always being disparaging, always downing you, trying to kick you down, that's not the type of man that you need in your life. That's not the type of friend that you want. I don't even want I don't even want my husband hanging out with a man like that. I don't want you to be friends with a man that operates like that. This is a low life. Okay. And whether or not he's going to pick himself up or not is not necessarily our problem. Women don't have to sit around and wait for a man to get his stuff together. We don't. We are our own separate person, our own individuals. Okay. Men shouldn't even they shouldn't even care how much money you make. It shouldn't even be of any consequence what you have. My grandmother told me that years ago, and that was a very wise lady. I remember her having this same discussion with me. A man should not be concerned with what you make. He shouldn't be. What you make on your job or in your business, he shouldn't be concerned. In fact, he should still lay roses and offerings at your feet for you to even give him the time of day. That's the way you should be thinking of yourself as a woman when it comes to all men. And them being verbally abusive does not make them strong. It actually makes them very weak. Because if they had any sense, they would know that this agenda that they're on right now, it's okay. First of all, it's very immune system lowering. The things that they do, are they trying to create sickness and death? And if they're on that path, then they may get checked up by some people's spirits. Okay, if you are bringing that kind of confusion to the world, you better believe that all eyes are going to be on you. And that ain't even no person. That's probably Kali Ma. And then a lot of these men, they have a spiritual path. Degrading me and then trying to become me is not going to work because they want to, you can tell, no, they have a spiritual path and lessons that they need to be learned through spirit, but yet they don't want to listen to us. They don't. And some people are just self-destructive also. Okay. So when it comes to money manifestation, you have to be at a certain frequency. It don't matter what people are saying about you. I've already proven that years ago. Okay. Because remember, a lot, I read forums and stuff because I'll be in them forums and stuff as a witch, and I'll be talking to those women on there. They be like, oh my God, my ex-boyfriend ruined my life. Well, sis, how you let him do that? You don't ever make affirmations like that because they can't. I have been called everything except a child of God the past 5 or 6 years, and they were not able to stop me. Okay. They really have no power. They got the power to say, oh, I don't want to make love to you. Well, okay. So, I guess it is what it is. But at the end of the day, know your power as a woman. It's not about going out there and acting like a man and competing with men. That's not what it's about. I don't want to act like any of these men. I've had to chin check a couple of people the past few years. I ain't got time for it no more. It has no place with where I am going. And a lot of you guys, you don't have no place with that either. Now, we are dealing with them as a group, okay, is what we're doing. Because for some reason, they have lost it to the capacity where they were trying to, I think I was hearing that they were trying to destroy the moon. And they were supposed to be witches. They were going to destroy the moon. They were going to destroy Hecate. And I'm sitting up here listening, and I'm like, you know, that's literally a delusion of grandeur because all of the damn deities came from a woman. All of your male deities, including Jesus, came from a woman, a virgin, no less. So Jesus's mother gave birth without even having sex. So if a woman is that powerful to get pregnant by herself and you see her son, that's why I was telling them earlier. I was like, well, Jesus ain't got nothing to do with what y'all talking about. That's not Jesus, honey. That's some other kind of entity. That Jesus would never disrespect the divine thing, ever. There's no deity that exists. Do you think that they would be considered to be deities? No, these are disembodied spirits and intranquil spirits that they're using. You're not going to find a deity that's going to help you begrudge a woman in that way. They're not going to help you. So you're not supported spiritually, and you're definitely not supported by the universe. What are they going to do? They have each other's support, but all they can do is run circles around each other and talk shit. That's it. All of the deities that are male came from women. They all had to be brought into this world by a woman. Trust me, they're not stupid enough to do that. So when they come on there and they just like, yeah, I'm a manly man and I have more viewers than her and I'm just a manly man. It's all fake front fraud. Okay, a man that is in that energy has no power. And that is the truth. I don't know what to tell them. This was the reason why a few years ago this channel was called The Divine Mommy. Did y'all know that? All the women haters came for me. They formed groups and clubs against me. For one woman, keep in mind I'm only 5'4" tall. For one woman, right? So what does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? All of that happened in spirit. All of it happens in spirits, and then maybe even their spirits too. But that situation taught me a lot. I ain't never sat around and said, God, why you do this to me? No. I love my life and the life that I live. And you know what? When you love yourself and you loving what you're doing, you're gonna automatically start to manifest. Now, they have been trying to do black magic spells, but they saw back in, I think it was either in October or November, they had been doing black magic spells since the beginning of this year, and they all found out around October or November of 2020 that that's only going to affect you. Like they were actually trying to, and I'm like, well, why are you coming for me? I just want to enjoy life, and they're just like, oh, you were, and it just was like, okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, I changed it to Terror Queen Jamila because they literally began to go around like it was so weird, and they definitely left a footprint. They would come to my pages and leave false reviews and stuff. I mean, they were really acting a fool. They still are. Who cares? Y'all shouldn't be intimidated by that. We still popping over here. They'll say, oh, that why is it several of them hating on me at the same time? If I'm not a real witch, why is there literally a coven of males harassing me? And we all know how it ends. We all know how they end up. So last year, many of them lost jobs, they lost opportunities, they began to go through the very same thing that they were wishing on other people. They did, you know. And the women in your life, they don't have to go through that. They don't have to suffer at your hands. In fact, if you found yourself at my front door, you at the crossroads. You are at the crossroads. How you choose, your choice that you make here is the choice that you're going to go forth and make for yourself. Okay. So, they may show that they have some kind of power of bringing in a bunch of people that quantity over quality. You know what I'm saying? The crowd usually is stupid. They say that a majority of people are dumbed down. I personally feel that these bad gurus eventually they're going to get their gettings for the bad energy that they've been doing and presenting towards women. If you are a man that has attacked a woman in social media, that is running a business, you need to simply purge yourself of that sin. You need to apologize to that woman, period, and let it go. Because the longer they hold on to it, the longer they're going to be at a disadvantage. Okay. So when it comes to getting yourself off of food stamps, it doesn't even take hard work. They'll say hard work and perseverance. I took the left hand path for a reason, and I'm a lefty. So, the reason why I do what I do, and yeah, it can be very difficult. I did a few readings to where, I felt a couple of intranquil spirits that was on the person that I was doing the reading for. And see, that's my job as a witch, as somebody that is a medium that practices necromancy, is to get that stuff off of me. Okay, so those are the times when it's difficult, and I just think that a lot of you need to stop paying attention, especially to those people that have latched onto me. Okay, I want to see those people's views drop down. I don't want none of my people. Please do not try it for a week. Try it for a week. Quit watching that bull crap for a week, and you will see how your life has changed, how your energy has changed, how much more balanced you feel. Okay. You were Lavender Flower. I want to talk to you because I talk to a lot of tarot card readers. I do. I would never tell the ones that I've spoken to, though. I don't do stuff like that. Okay. And you said you was a tarot reader. See, I got to talk to you about that. Why did you stop? Because they were attacking you, and the curtain, the current, I was about to say the curtain, the current agenda against women is a hex on the men. And what they do is they will form that attachment to you so that they can manifest that in your life. So the people that are super duper attached, they do all kinds of stuff, weird things. I don't even talk about nobody. I don't say nothing. They want to create that because it validates them in some kind of way. Stop watching those people. Those people are filled with demons and bad luck. They are filled with demons and bad luck. Please do not watch any of those people. Hey, Latrice, don't watch those people. Try it for a week. Okay. And you'll see how your energy will pick up and how you'll start to feel so much better because they didn't do nothing but backbite off of me, is what they did. And the reason why they have live viewers is because they post that they well, number one, the reason why they get live viewers like that is because people like to see the fuckery. People, but in reality, people that are participating in that, you better be spiritually protecting yourself. Yeah. I think you should go back into it, Lavender Flower. I don't think that you should have stopped being a tarot card reader. I think that you should try it again, but keep their bad energy off of you. Okay. You don't need it. They definitely don't need it. You don't need it. Just stay away from all that tomfoolery and you'll be okay. Because that's all it is tomfoolery. It's a lie. You could see my sales. You can on Etsy, at least you can see what all has sold. And they'll say, do you really believe that somebody went and spent $2,000 with her? And Spirit was just kind of like, well, how did I pay my rent? How did I pay my light bill, my gas bill, my water bill? How did that happen? So they lie to y'all a lot. And one of them I called even playing an old video from 2015. They won't even tell you that it's old. Well, I can tell you that I'm in a much different, I've learned a lot since 2015, and I'm definitely in a different financial position. Right now, there is no man on this earth that I have to kiss his ass or take his crap so that I can be taken care of because I can do it on my own. In fact, like I said, dead weight is dead weight. If you're a man in my life and you represent dead weight and stagnation, no, you can't sit with me, hon. You can't sit with me. Yeah, we do have a protection circle. Make sure that y'all get into the spring equinox. Okay, because we have quite a bit going on with the circle. We've got almost a full circle, but spirits want to see a lot of y'all. Make sure that y'all either cash at me or visit my Etsy shop. And women, if you're not sticking by the woman, then you have a problem. If you're not sticking by your sisters, because I'm gonna tell you something. If a man hates one woman, he hates you all. And you'll find out. Hello, sunflower. You'll find out. And see, they do it very cyclically. Like, for example, today is Monday. They always tend to attack us on Mondays. Why? I don't know. They always have to do something disparaging on a Monday. The reason why is because they are possessed by those spirits. We don't even want to say demons because they don't really have no demons. They're possessed by intranquil spirits that are using them. They're totally off balance. Mondays are usually very, very peaceful. We always invoke Shiva. Whatever frequency these men are on, they're not on God's frequency, is what I can promise you. Yeah, you got all kind of and they have mental problems. They do. That's somebody that obviously has a mental problem. You know, there's a lot of black men out there that don't like themselves. The twin flame experience for a black woman can be quite different because of the self-hatred. But honestly, it's meant for them to go through ascension and to do better. And as long as they have to, sneak dish you just to get somebody to send them some money, they failed. I don't have to sneak dish nobody. I'm just telling you the truth. We can see what you're doing. The show is still up where you were basically throwing people under the bus, all of y'all throwing, y'all do that because that's the only way you know how to get a few dollars. In the meantime, they're throwing away thousands that they could be making, not me. You can't do nothing about my money. My money is guaranteed to me. Okay. They will throw away all of their potential to collect $50 to $100 for disparaging somebody else. So you don't ever want to listen to a person that is that low. Literally, with the opportunity, all of the space and opportunity to just be a huge vlogger. Some of them have wives. They could be vlogging with their wife, you know what I'm saying, with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They choose to do the low life did stuff. That's their choice. What does it have to do with us? That's why I was saying to the whole internet, uh, why are you judging me based upon the words of a man? I just recently had another man in social media talking crazy about me. I don't know him. I don't know his wife, but my spirits was literally working on both of them, because why are you harassing people in social media? So, in order for you to get off of that, you have to, number one, get away from men that think low of women. Completely cut those types of men out. Okay, because their frequency, even when you have sex with them, their frequency is not really powerful enough to even manifest. So the sex magic is worthless. You can't have sex magic with a man that has a negative opinion of a woman. Okay, so that's the first thing you're gonna have to do, is cut ties with these men that ain't about nothing. The second thing that you need to do is write you a real good cord cutting petition. I'll come and show y'all. I got one that I keep handy on deck. I got one that I keep on deck, baby. Okay. And then so y'all know where to contact me, because and I'm single and happy. Good. They'll be like, oh, I'm going to eliminate myself. Well, then eliminate yourself, honey. Okay. Because nobody has time for that low vibrational energy. It is not good for money manifestation. You're not going to manifest close to near to nothing. They can't pay their bills with that. They can't pay a bill with that, can they? They can't afford a life for you off of that pity andly stuff. They can't do it. And why they always get mad at us, I'm just speaking the obvious. I haven't said anything the past couple of weeks because I was told that I needed to be silent, which I don't know why I was silent. Maybe I shouldn't have listened. Well, now I'm saying it now. You men have still been up to no good all around in social media acting a fool, and now you are getting what you deserve right now. At the end of the day, that's just what it is. Okay, you can get mad all you want, you can talk crazy, but everybody has the right. I have a right to be here. You men have been trying to violate women's rights or spiritual rights with nothing. It ain't even real what you're talking about. It's fake. The only way that you can ever have power over somebody is if you convince them of that. Otherwise, and if you are a woman that is boggled down with those intranquil spirits and stuff like that from a man like that, then it is important for you to cleanse yourself. Okay, that's going to be the first step. If you are already starting out in a business and you want to grow that business, you need to do the generational hex removers, especially when it comes to your relation to men, and how men see you. Okay, sometimes when you look a certain way, men think that you're weak, but we all carry those divine masculine qualities with us. So I'm not here to play the background to your foreground. I am a leader and I will continue to do that. And I'm also a leader in this industry that I'm in. Okay. So if you were in this business, Lavender Flower, you were in a multi-billion-dollar business and they were able to push you off of that. And they will go through great lengths to do it. Trust me. Literally, my children were under attack. My children, they threatened to kill my kids. That's how serious they were. Do you think that I'm afraid of those people? The thing of it is that I'm fearless. I don't have any fear of what they can do. I don't. I've been through just about some of it all. And unfortunately, my identity was put out there because of bogus people that knew me. So that's how my identity got out there. But it's good for you guys to do that, and you don't want people to actually know your real name. Okay, everybody should have a stage name. The fact that people on YouTube, there's a group of people going around exposing people. Ridiculous. All of them are going to end up in prison for what they've been doing. Okay. And it ain't worth it, in my humble opinion. I've seen people destroy their own lives trying to, come after me. And it's like, well, I'm not worth you ruining your life for me. Find something else better to do. They can't. Evidently, maybe they weren't raised like that, or perhaps that they have these impulse problems, okay? Not our problem at all. And see, I told y'all they was going to keep talking and keep talking and keep talking and keep talking and keep talking. Am I going to go and sacrifice an animal for these people and do a beef tongue? More than likely not, it wouldn't be necessary. So I wouldn't slaughter the cow for these people. They're not worth it. Okay, as long as because for some reason they've been just trying to convince people that I'm a fake this or a fake that. It is. It's pretty pathetic, and to find out that that's all they're interested in. And while they're trying to destroy you, they're having their own tower moment in their lives, because a lot of the false stuff that they have is what needs to be torn down. Okay, I do what I do because number one, I enjoy it. Number two, I worked for over 30 years in the workforce, or over 20 years. Most of these people ain't had one job and they'll tell you to get a job. Well, you don't have the authority to do that. You can't even get a job for yourself. And honestly, I don't care about what anybody thinks about this, and you cannot care. I don't care about your feelings. Screw your feelings. When you start to try to make a fool out of me, make a buffoon out of me in social media, and you keep doing it over and over again, me and you gonna have a problem, and I'm gonna talk about it. There is nothing entertaining about a struggling man that is suffering. I don't even see why you would be entertained by that. Okay. But, people have their own thing that they like to do. My whole point is that I practice real magic over here. I have not gotten food stamps in years. I pay my own rent with my business. There is no man over here helping me with anything. I am single. Okay. So if a man is not paying the bills, he has nothing to say. These men don't even know what it means to be a man out here. If you are not paying that woman's bills or taking care of her, you just need to shut the hell up. Am I lying? If you're not taking care of a woman and you can't even take care of yourself, you are of no authority to anybody, not even yourself. Okay. I don't either. I don't either. But, to me, it would make sense for them to stop what they're doing. And some of the disparaging, hurtful things that they're saying to people, this is what's going to make women walk away from you. This is what's going to make everybody walk away from you because you got them bad spirits on you. So if you want to do it, you have to clear yourself of their energy. I know that I'm already working on cleansing myself. I'm already doing a cleanse on myself and a cord cutting from anything and anybody that does not have my back. If you're treacherous, if you're going behind my back talking about me, if you're plotting against me, you getting cut off in the month of March for good, forever, and you can't never come back. Okay, till you get your stuff together. If you can get it together and you can prove that you got yourself together, but other than that, nobody wants to be around that energy. Nobody. Hmm. And definitely when you're starting a business, or if you're a tarot card reader on YouTube and they're stalking and harassing you, you just have to keep calm. You have to make sure that you're calm. See, the reason why a lot of y'all jump up and leave, because I felt it the other day. Like they were really attacking me the other day because they didn't appreciate me talking about their good Christian women that lie for them. Um, they'll have you all upset, and them cleanses will keep you calm. Okay, because if you're upset and if you're, yelling and screaming, you ain't gonna manifest nothing except for a headache. Okay. Now I gotta go, you guys. I didn't really get into what I actually wanted to get into, but I said enough. Um, all of my links are below. My work that I do has been proven. Not only did I get myself out of poverty, but I've also gotten many women out of poverty. Okay, so make sure that you guys are investing in yourselves, because please believe that the moment that you decide to come and pay for spiritual work, it's literally because somebody, namely some man, will go to these women that are stabbing us in the back, and they will pay them to do hexes and stuff on us. They can't come and pay me. I would never do that. Oh my God, my spirits would get me up out of here. Never, ever. But there are men out there that will pay, witches. I guess they're witches. They'll pay them to do certain stuff to you. Okay. Thank you, Brianna. Now, also another thing, what I heard that they were doing was they were contacting individual people when they see new people on my channel. They'll contact them and they'll say, "Why do you like this person? Why do you like her? Come over to my channel." They like the reason why they can't do certain. I realized that the reason why these people have to literally put bad spirits onto people. So I'm protecting everybody on my channel. Okay, this channel is protected. The reason why they can't do search engine optimization is because what SEO optimizer can they go to? And it's something that they need to stop. I feel like a lot of these videos that disparaging to women, they're going to be a thing of the past very soon. Hmm. What, Latoya? Yeah, because they're desperate. They're desperate. They think that they're stealing people from me. They're going to steal a person from me. They're going to, because they want donations, and they're not going to do any good spiritual work for you. See, they completely miss the whole point that there's no competition with me, because the people that come and pay me, the money that they pay me, they're getting something in return. See, somebody's just donating to you to be a low life. You're not actually doing anything for those people. Okay, yes, spirit been telling me I need to work. I need work done before I bring in children I'm destined to have. Yeah, you're right about that. That was it was a big mistake that I made. I feel that I wish if I could go back and do it again, I would have removed a lot of that stuff from myself prior to having children. And so this is what I'm here for, to let you guys know what it is. You don't want your children born under that kind of demonic contract, because it does make it harder, because now you got the children to take care of while you're trying to remove all that stuff from you. So if you don't have children right now, this would be a good time for you to start working on that. And then you may end up with a fairy tale life. And what they want to do is waste as much of your time as possible. So I'll be 44 years old this summer. Please believe that. And see, they'll sit around all day, every day. But Spirit is saying that it's starting to really backfire on them really bad. It is. It's starting to backfire on them bad. So, I just really don't know what to tell them. Stop harassing and stalking people. Leave women alone. It's sad when you get a bunch of predatory men online stalking women. Like, and they're proud of it. They'll act like, yes, this is the way a man is supposed to be. Not the type of men that I like. You got to be vibrating high if you're going to mess with me. If you got low vibes and low energy, I can't deal with you. I don't want to deal with you. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, that kind of weakness in a man, um, if a man is that weak, just consider what he could be doing to your life. He's creating the struggle in your life. He's purposely trying to do it. And what is he trying to brag about it? Oh, I'm gonna brag about harassing you and stalking you at your job. And we know that that's their MO. Constant harassment, stalking, sexual harassment at the job. It's pathetic. Okay. So, and like I said, when you are connecting to the higher self, and when you are when you're pulling in prosperity, you're not in a low place. I don't ever have to come on here and roast nobody or disparage anybody to get money in my pocket. That energy is priceless. Being able to keep your head up, that's priceless. Somebody that actually has to be a low life and attack children and attack women in social media to get a couple of dollars, their head is hanging low. Trust me. And it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to have to be a low life to earn a couple of dollars. Okay, not to mention they brag about other stuff that we see obviously is not true. You're supposed to be a gangster and you're selling dope and you clocking G's, but you're online trying to be a gangster and attacking women for money. Right. Right. So guys, and that's something that we don't respect. The thugs, the gangsters and stuff like that. We've grown out of that type of archetype man. Okay. If he's gonna be a gangster, he needs to be a gangster towards other men that those are their enemies, not women. They look at us like we're the enemy when in reality their mans is or their enemies. So and that's just a shame. Okay, and they are confused. They are very, very confused right now. Okay. So I will see y'all later. If you guys want to consult with me about a cleanse, I am always here. I ain't got to beg nobody to get my cleanses. You can just go to my Etsy page and read my reviews. Okay. So I don't have to come on here and beg people, but I do plug my website because I have one. I do plug my business because I have one. So that's why they I guess they call plugging your business e-bagging. That's considered e-bagging because you have a website and you have things set up to where you can earn money through your business. Child, they're jealous. Okay, and they're going nowhere with that, trust me. They're going to all stay where they're at. There's only one or two that have made it that way, being disparaging towards women, and they're not going to last that much longer. Okay. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just telling you what I know. I will see y'all later. Peace and love. Have a wonderful evening. If you have poverty, or if like you got an impoverished baby daddy or ex and you're struggling, I will always be a source of wisdom and also energy. And then also, I have spells that work. Okay, the reason why I'm where I'm at in my dusty house, because he said my house was dusty. At least I have one. Okay. And there's nothing dusty about a house filled with love. There's love in this house, self love and love for other people, love for the world. I would never, ever in my life do some of the things that people have done. And I'm going to make sure that I stay away from those bad energy people. And y'all need to as well. Okay. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Oh, make sure that if you want to get in the spring equinox circle, that y'all cash at me $46.66. All right, y'all. See y'all later.